So we went antiquing the other day, and I was specifically looking for a reading chair for the office slash library, but I wasn't able to find anything, and I think my sister might actually be getting a full dining room set, which is kind of wild, but I instead focused on cute seasonal decor, which I am really excited about. Display some of these in the next few months. But I got four of these little matching Santa mugs, and they are absolutely adorable. And I have been like all over Pinterest thinking how I'll decorate the apartment for the holidays this year, because I just have such a vision. They're absolutely adorable. Can't wait to put them in that case in the dining room, where all like we have all the little fairy lights, so you can see all the Christmas decor. Absolutely darling. Good morning, everyone. I am reading such a good book, and I wanted to share it with you. We have been here for quite a few days now, and I was finishing a book by Claire Fuller called The Memory of Animals, and was really not enjoying it, but it was a short book, so I finished it, and I started The Scar by China Mieville. This is the second book in the Baslog series, Baslog being this speculative fiction world that China Mieville has created, centered around the city of New Cropazon. And I read Pretty to Street Station, I don't know, a year or two ago now, and was like shocked by the creativity, the world he creates, the language he uses, and I just loved it so much, and it was so different from everything I've ever read before that I almost wanted to like procrastinate reading this, because I didn't know if it was a fluke or if I would love other things by China Mieville. And I have actually a bunch of his books on my shelves, and I've started The Census Taker, I've started Kraken, and just never really got into it, so I have to return to those books. But this is spectacular. I am about 150 pages in, and it's a really, really long book, and I of course packed other books that I thought I would read on this trip, but I'm not even close to being done with this and definitely won't finish it. But this is centered around a character named Bellis, and she is, at the beginning of the novel, forced to flee the city of New Cropazon that we spent all of our time in Pretty Street Station in, and it is a wild city for a bunch of reasons, but she's forced to flee. It sounds like she is protecting somebody, or she did something illegal and she's scared of being caught. I'm not exactly sure, but she gets on this boat with a bunch of other people who are fleeing or escaping or imprisoned, and they're all leaving New Cropazon to go to a new territory that New Cropazon has set up. And on the ship, other than Bellis, there's a couple of authors who are on the ship, a couple of like strange folks you're not sure what they're there for, and then a bunch of prisoners, because similar to the first book in this series, there is a community of people, a population of beings called Remade, or the Remade, and they are essentially people who are part person, part potentially other species like cactus or beetle or crayfish. There's a lot of different beings and different species that live and exist in this one world together. But if you're remade, that means they've taken you, and either as punishment for a crime or to humiliate you, or any number of really horrific reasons, they've added, I can't even explain it, it's so early, I'm tired. They've added like metal parts or different alien entities to your body. So some people have tentacles sticking out of them, some people have the bottom of steamships from like the waist down, so a million different things. But this group is traditionally like the lowest rank, They're abused, they're forced into harsh labor, and they're also on the ship as prisoners. And pretty soon into the book, this ship that is going to this new colony is commandeered by pirates, and they're all kidnapped and brought to this new and secret city that nobody knew existed. And the city is one of the most wonderful things I've ever seen written on a page, the way it's described. It is this floating city made up, comprised of a million different types of ships, from huge battleships to small submersibles to small life crafts to old rigging contraptions, and they are connected by chains and bridges and walkways, and it is an entire fully functioning city that is like the best kept secret of this vast lab world. And all of our characters here are kind of held, Bellis included, are held on this new floating city against their will. Basically said, like, that you will make a life here, and a bunch of the prisoners being freed, the remains are now allowed to have like a new and different and dignified life. So they kind of assimilate to this new world, but Bellis is really adamant that she will return to New Cropason. So there's a lot going on. It's incredibly dark. The descriptions are spectacular. All of the different characters, again, like what I love so much about Potato Street Station was like all of these different beings and populations and communities that Mieville creates, and it's just so fun to read. But it is super dark, like dark things happen in these books, but I am just like enamored by it, and I can't wait to keep reading it. I'm glad it's pretty long so I can sit in this world for a long time. I do think that when I read Potato Street Station, I was so shocked by it because it was like nothing I've ever read before. The creativity was like another level. You could tell this was like a wholly unique idea, and I'm less shocked now because I'm used to the world. Now I'm just like enjoying it. It's just a thrill to read. I can't wait to see where it goes, because obviously these pirates who have created the city and are like forcing a population to come and settle there, like they have some sort of plan, and I'm really excited to see what that plan is. I think it will be very dark and very gritty, but I'm just gonna sit here. It's just about sunrise because everyone knows I can't sleep, but it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm just gonna sit here and read and enjoy the view. I'll be around.